we are now set, finally, for Game 1 of the NBA Finals tomorrow night. And we'll have stuff coming up later on. Porzingis allegedly is going to play. Not sure, though. Says he looks like he's ready to go, but we'll know more tomorrow. If you're looking for who's going to dominate, who our picks are for NBA Finals MVP, look, Mike and I have already told you, we talked about it last week. I like the Celtics. He likes the Mavericks. If I had to say, and I feel better about this pick than I think I felt about a lot of when we try to pick Finals MVP or Super Bowl MVP or World Series MVP. I feel really good, and it's a value pick because this guy is plus 6,600. But give me Jrue Holiday as NBA Finals MVP, and let me explain why. First of all, there's going to be a Jayson Tatum bias and anti-Tatum movement that as soon as the guy has a bad quarter, all of a sudden social media and the daytime shows and TV shows we lit up with, we knew Jayson Tatum was this. All he's got to do is have one bad game in the finals. This is Jayson Tatum. You knew you can't trust Jayson Tatum. It's like they're waiting for the guy to fail, right? They're waiting for him to fail. So how is he going to win NBA Finals MVP? Even if he can have 5 great games. He didn't do well in the second half of the second quarter of Game 3. I can't give it to him. So you have the anti-Tatum Finals movement. So now, if I'm looking at the Celtics winning the title, this is why I'm going with Jrue Holiday. The big story that I see developing over the course of this finals is obviously how do you stop Luka and Kyrie Irving? And if I'm Joe Mazzulla, this is what I do, and I got a feeling this is what you're going to see. You are going to see Luka do Luka things the entire finals. The Celtics know, if one of Luka or Kyrie goes off, then, hey, guess what? We can win the finals. If they both go off, we can't. It's going to be really, really difficult because we see what they both could do. You saw what they did to the Timberwolves defense. They've been able to figure out a way to outfox every team with whatever defensive combination they came up with, right? So they're going to let Luka kind of do his thing and be a volume shooter. And you are going to see Jrue Holiday and Kyrie Irving's hip pocket the entire series. And as long as that's the case, I don't know why you would move around. Don't be stupid. Don't move stuff around and put stuff at risk like they tried a little bit last series. Jrue Holiday on Kyrie Irving, and that's going to be the storyline. Jrue Holiday in Kyrie's hip pocket. He will hold Kyrie down. Look, Kyrie's a great player, so it's not like suddenly Kyrie's going to go 3 for 25 every game. But you hold Kyrie to 20 points, like that's the win. Like that's the win right there. If Kyrie's averaging 29, 31 points a game, you're in trouble. But if Kyrie's at 20, you're talking about the second best player on the team, and you have him down where he can't really impact the game or hit the big threes or get to the rack and get what he wants, that's the thing. And that's going to be the big through line story about how, hey, look at what the Celtics are doing, slowing down the Mavericks. Look at Jrue Holiday, the job he's done on Kyrie. It's easy to look at the box score and see, hey, Kyrie at a time, 6 for 17 tonight, 8 for 23 here, and look at how the Celtics are winning these games. And yeah, it's nice that Tatum's scoring 25 and maybe Jaylen Brown is scoring 24. That's great, but the story's going to be Jrue Holiday and his defense on Kyrie Irving. So give me Jrue Holiday at plus 6,600 for NBA Finals MVP.
I like the cut of your jib, and this is always a reminder to go out and do a little more shopping because I found him at 100 to 1.
Did you really? Oh, my goodness. Where did you find that? I found him at 6,600 and 6,700. I went with the lower one just, because I'm that kind of guy.
What does it matter, though? You're not betting it.
What if I did? What if I put Zoe's college fund on the line for Jrue Holiday to be NBA Finals MVP?
You said you didn't have one. That you'd already lost fund? It on the Mets.
Oh, come on. It'd be pretty stupid if I put all my money on the Mets. Come on, man.
Betting Mets overs?
Maybe Jets futures last year. I don't know. Whatever the case
what do you think? I was like, what's his name on Pittsburgh? I kept betting Pittsburgh to win, Pittsburgh to win, Pittsburgh to win. I lost all my bets.
4% success rate. Yeah, there you go. All right, so the reset. Tatum, minus 125. Doncic, either plus 200, plus 210, depending. Again, not a lot of variance there. Same thing with Jaylen Brown. He's 6.5 to 7 to 1 at pretty much every book. Kyrie at 18 or 20 to 1. I mean, when you talk about the principles, there's your their big four right there at 18 to 20 to 1. mean, that's pretty good odds for Kyrie as you go. But we're all about finding some value as we go down the world. So if we're going to go long shot, and I mean it really becomes long shot, then if it's not one of the big two, then we look at the potential for a guy like P.J. Washington to have to come up big, scoring 20 a night if it's not Luka and Kyrie at the top. And, that's a tall order. So that's getting a little foolhardy. So, going with the Dallas pick, that leaves me having to say Kyrie, and he's only 18 to 20, and that's not sexy at all. So for the purpose of this exercise of let's go off the grid a bit, yeah, it's P.J. Washington in the three-point shooting.
Oh, look at you, P.J. Oh, he's going to have to hit a lot of threes, though.
But that's the point, right? He's going to have to be a guy that is on fire, and he's actually 300 to 1. That's how crazy. But I mean, that's how much an overweighted. I shouldn't say overweighted because maybe that's too technical, the side of it. But you've only got 6 or 7 guys that are really considered when you look at where most of the money has been laid, and that includes Derek White at 30 to 1, Porzingis anywhere from 35 to 1 to 50 to 1. And that's where we get down to Holiday then at 66 to 100.
Holiday.
Right? Otherwise, Al Horford, 250 to 1. Gafford, 300 to 1.
How about Larry
Derrick Jones, 300 to 1. Larry Bird coming down from the rafters. Potential for much more chaos.
How about Dave Cowens? How about that? It's funny you bring up Porzingis.
How about Derek Harper?
And, oh, wow. You bring up Porzingis, and boy, I would love to put a flyer on him for Finals MVP if I just had any idea of what we were going to get from him. I mean, you really just have no idea because he's been out 5 weeks now with this calf injury. He says he's going to go. He says he feels good, but in the end, when he says things like, yeah, we have another couple of days, like he said yesterday, we got another couple of days, and I think that I'll be better by then. It's like, dude, it's been 5 weeks. In the next 2 days, suddenly it's going to be great? I mean, how is that going to go? I mean, I don't think he knows what he can do. So if he knew what he could do, I would feel better about that, but just seeing that, I feel like he doesn't know what he's going to be able to do. The Celtics don't know. It's hard for me to say, yeah, all right, yeah, this is guy's going to be the big X factor of the finals. He's going to come through and do it because I could see him playing really well, having a big impact. I could see him playing, and after a few minutes in a couple of games, it's, you know what, you're out of the rotation because it's just not working. You're not the same guy. You're not helping. We need to give other guys more minutes. We need to figure out our matchups a little bit better, and you not being 100% physically can't do that right now. I mean, I could see any of those things because we just have no idea. And the fact that the Celtics still don't know and Porzingis still doesn't know tells me that I'm not expecting him to have a kind of finals where he really impacts things.
Yeah, that's the biggest curiosity, right? We get little clips of film. There he is shooting. There he is doing some footwork drills or whatever. But like full contact, full on, like how many minutes are we talking? Can we get him to 15 and 20 to where he's comfortable and it doesn't have an aggravation effect to where he's then got to sit right back out? I mean, he's got to get through essentially 2 weeks. Or maybe 4. I forget how spaced out some of these games are. But when you get down to it, it's that curiosity of what he brings at his best, right? You remember it from your Knick world, and we've seen it in spots here this season. But coming off of a 5-week run where he's been off the court, you've made all these adjustments, changed up how your offense is run, and defensive sets for that matter, to try to re-implement him and assume he's going to have his cardio and everything ready to go is a tall order. Can't wait to see how Missoula mixes it up as they go forward.